Austrian Audio don't just want to create fantastic sounding microphones and headphones, they also take every opportunity to advance audio technology, including innovating in the realm of studio software. To this end, Austrian Audio have released 3 open-source studio plugins centered around augmenting the power of their flagship microphone, the OC818. These plugins are entirely free and are compatible with any VST, VST3, audio unit, or AAX-capable DAW. The OC818 has a dual output that allows the front and rear of the capsule to be recorded on separate tracks. These separate tracks can be combined and processed together for a variety of advantages. Austrian Audio's Polar Designer plugin enables the user to experiment with and fine-tune different polar patterns post-recording. The plugin has been optimized for use with the single OC818 in dual output mode. However, it will in fact work with any dual output source. The plugin offers engineers the ability to freely alter and combine polar patterns across up to 5 frequency bands. All this can be done long after the musicians have gone home, which is ideal for busy recording sessions, as engineers are able to fine-tune microphone sonic characteristics afterwards, during the mix stage. So here we have 2 stems coming into Polar Designer. Both are from a single OC818, one's from the rear capsule and one's from the front capsule. And here we are splitting the polar pattern that's been created by the 2 sides of the capsule, currently set to cardioid. However, we can alter these now. So for example, since this is a room mic, we may want to pick up more omni in the high highs just to make the cymbals sound a little sweeter. So I'll go ahead and do that. You can really hear the difference there. And that's only affecting the high highs there. So we may want a little presence as well. So I'm going to take the mids, and I can show you what figure 8 would sound like, a more focused sort of sound. I think we just need a little bit more presence, so we'll go sort of closer to hypercardioid. You can experiment with the sort of low mids and the mids, but I think that this recording sounds pretty good as it is here, although I am going to take the cardioid on the lows and make it omni as well to give us some more presence in the low lows. Again, you can hear the difference there. And once we've got something that we like, we can A-B against that and what we originally had. So we have this huge difference here between the 2. And all we've done is really change the polar pattern setup here in these bands. There's no EQ or compression here, just changing the focus on each of the bands. And Polar Designer has a few additional features that really help you lock in that sound that you're looking for. All OC818 microphones are calibrated to have the exact same sensitivity, which makes them ideal for stereo recordings. Stereo Creator allows the user to work with 3 separate stereo techniques after recording 4 channels of audio with a pair of OC818s. This allows for the adjustment of spatiality and stereo width post-recording, as well as the ability to alter the perceived listener orientation. So here we have 4 stems from 2 separate OC818s arranged like this. So we have a front and a back, and a left and a right in this configuration, and they're combined here to give us true stereo images. Essentially, you can also do a pseudo stereo with a single OC818, but because we have 2 here, we have a option of true stereo and true mid-side and bloom line. Here, the true stereo combination gives us the option of changing the polar pattern post-recording, as well as the recording angle. The true mid-side is especially useful for changing the perceived width. So, for example, if I take the side gain and I take it down to negative 18 dB, that's essentially mono, and we can really get that sounding super wide. That's a super wide sound now with the side gain increased. And we can also change the polar pattern of just the mids. So for example, we might want it to be extremely wide but an Omni pickup. Bloomline is especially good for changing the orientation of your microphone's pickup post-recording, especially if you haven't set up your microphone rotation properly or it's not quite facing the instrument the way you want it to. So you can have a listen to how the sound changes when I change this here. So this is changing the perceived listener location. We have additional options like compensation gain as well. So these are quite different, these three. So we can use compensation gain. We can run a calculation for 1.5 seconds on each one of them to make them all the same perceived gain, and then we can start playing around with the different stereo combinations. With Stereo Creator, we've already seen that the 4 channels of audio from a pair of OC818s can be combined to produce intricate, versatile results in the stereo field. Austrian Audio's Ambi Creator plugin allows you to go one step further, enabling the creation of an ambisonic B format signal out of 2 OC818 microphones. Ambisonic B format is a multi-channel audio format used for encapsulation of audio which contains both horizontal and vertical plane information. In ambisonic B format, the individual channels do not correspond directly to speaker feeds. Instead, the channels contain components of the sound field that are combined during a decoding step. The combination of 2 OC818s can be used as an ambisonics array, with the 4 diaphragm outputs providing enough information to deduce a 3-dimensional sound field. With this information, it is possible to craft audio into a variety of end formats that reproduce spatial audio in the horizontal plane, such as 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound, as well as formats that reproduce spatial information in the vertical plane, like Dolby Atmos. To encode into ambisonic B format, Ambi Creator builds a blend of 4 components: an Omni information component and 3 figure-8 information components X, Z, and Y, which are named according to the axis on which they are achieved. These 4 components make up the 2 standard ambisonic input types, Ambi-X and FUMA. Ambi Creator can output either of these, depending on what kind of software is going to be interpreting the B format output. Because we have access to a 360-degree 3D sound field, the OC818s can be used to build audio for VR, video games, and immersive experiences. These experiences typically make use of a technique called Head-Related Transfer Function, or HRTF, to represent 3D audio via headphones. The best way to hear the effects of Ambi Creator is through a surround sound mix system, but you can use HRTF to hear the effects of Ambi Creator in stereo headphones via use of a third-party plugin like Binaural Decoder from the IEM plugin suite. For more information on setting up Ambi Creator in your DAW, visit the Austrian Audio website or the Austrian Audio YouTube channel.